Back in the Hoodwood, technical difficulties and all. I'm your man KJ, and let's look at MVP and Rookie of the Year candidates. As I've said before, I think that James Harden should win the MVP, hands down. I have no problem with LeBron James. I think he's one of the greatest players of our generation. But when you have a player that has made a team go from good to championship caliber, as James Harden has clearly done, his play has elevated the Rockets. And it doesn't hurt that Chris Paul has taken some of the focus off of him and have played extraordinarily well himself. I think James Harden is the most valuable player and should win in a walk. I hear the arguments for LeBron James all the time. Oh, you take LeBron James off the Cavs, where would they be? Point blank, the Cavs would be crap. The Cavs would be nothing. But James Harden has elevated the Rockets to a championship caliber team. This is one of the few teams I think is good enough to take down the Warriors. I think is good enough to take down any team in the NBA. They've won 65 games, for crying out loud. James Harden should be your MVP. And in Rookie of the Year, everyone is talking about Ben Simmons should be the Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons is technically in his second season. He didn't play all of last season. He didn't play any of last season. He was hurt. But he got to spend time with the team. He had to learn the ways and wiles of being in the NBA. He wasn't a wide-eyed rookie. Donovan Mitchell's in his first year. Donovan Mitchell is a true rookie. His first time around the league was really his first time around the league. People say, well, why can't there be co-rookies of the year? It's happened before. Jason Kidd and Grant Hill shared the honor one year. Why can't we have co-rookie of the year? Keep saying MVPs, but it's rookies of the year. Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, co-rookies of the year. Why is that so outlandish? Why can't that happen? Let's move into Phat Dap and Head Slap. Our Phat Dap of the week goes to Andre Ingram. You may have not heard of this guy. He's 32 years old and a rookie. A rookie. Played 10 years in the G League and never got so much as a sniff from the NBA, but was brought up by the Los Angeles Lakers, and he showed out. Got his shot, made the most of it, scored 19 points, hit his first 4 shots, including 3 threes. Yes, the Lakers lost to the Rockets. Not totally unexpected. But Andre Ingram, the 32-year-old rookie, who I'm hoping gets a shot, a real full season shot on an NBA roster next year. A lot of teams could do worse than to have Andre Ingram on his roster. He gets my Phat Dap of the week for the G Leaguer that got his shot and made the most of it. Now the head slap goes to the network's chagrin, the major markets. New York, Chicago, L.A. 5 teams among 3 of the largest cities in this great country of ours. 0 playoff teams. 1 winning record of the 5. The L.A. Clippers were 43-39, but still light years out of the playoffs. The Lakers vastly improved over their horrendous year from last year, but unlike LeVar Ball's lofty predictions, the Lakers did not win 50 games. The Lakers did not make the playoffs. Lonzo Ball will be on the golf course this weekend, not in the playoffs. Chicago, are they still in this league? Most of Chicago's good players are in Minnesota. Their former coach Tom Thibodeau in Minnesota. Jimmy Butler in Minnesota. Taj Gibson in Minnesota. Not Chicago. Team won 27 games. And then there's New York. the supposed mecca of basketball. Yes, Gotham, I'm talking to you. Where are your playoff credentials? After Kristaps Porzingis blew his knee out, the New York Knicks blew themselves out. Nowhere near contention. And the Brooklyn Nets, they improved somewhat. They won 28 games. Wow. You're still a lottery team. And you're still light years from being a legitimate contender for the playoffs. The major cities of this country, 5 teams among them, no playoffs, 1 winning record, and no sign of improvement anytime soon. The Clippers may be able to get back on track, but they're hemorrhaging players fast. And Doc Rivers looks like he's wanting to get out while the getting's good. New York, Chicago, and LA get this week's head slap for their abject playoff failures. And now finally, let's give the final thought. I've debated a few people here and there in the old school. People say I'm an old school. I'm an old head. That I'm one of those that now saying things aren't the way they used to be. And I'm right. Players, the game changes. And you expect it to change. That's the way things go. If you stay static, you'll fall behind. But I'm the type of person that remembers when there were good players. Remembers when the play was tough. And always wonder why there's so much hate on players like Michael Jordan, who never seemingly took days off, never sat out for rest. But still the comparison. LeBron's better. LeBron's the GOAT. MJ never lost a final. MJ never even played a 7th game to be in danger of losing a final. But still the hate continues. People see LeBron's record, LeBron's stats, gaudy as they are, and rightfully so. LeBron James is a great player. I take nothing away from him. Nothing. But comparing him to Michael Jordan, the GOAT, the true GOAT, is foolish in itself. People sit back and say, well, the game has changed, KJ. The game is different than it was 30 years ago when they had the booty shorts playing ball, when Michael Jordan was playing against weaklings like Jeff Hornacek, John Stockton, Flying Brian Russell, John Starks, Mark Price, Craig Elo. The game was different. He was dominating weaker players. LeBron plays against players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ben Simmons, and other worthy players that I take nothing away from. But I keep going back to the number 6. 6 times Michael Jordan went to the finals, took his team to the finals. 6 times he came away a winner. 6 times Michael Jordan finished his team, his opponent, without needing a winner-take-all 7th game. LeBron has lost 7th games. LeBron has been swept in the finals, albeit in 2007, he had a scared Cavs team against a very, very good San Antonio team. But he also lost against those very same Spurs in 2014. People say that LeBron James is this generation's greatest player, and I'm very unlikely to argue with them, though some people may say Kobe might have that title. But the hate on the old school is silly. The hate on the old school without realizing what they paved to get these players here is silly. Well, with the music coming up in the background, that means your time in the Hoodwood is up. Glad you took time out of your busy week to check out the podcast. Podcast will drop every week, probably Thursday or Friday, depending on how my work schedule goes too. If you want to send me an email, it's kjgreen@blackbanditproductions.com. I read my email every week and try to get something out. If you have a show theme or idea, shoot it to me. I might use it. You never know. I'm on Facebook, Black Bandit Productions and Enterprises. I'm on Twitter, KJGreenBB. I think I'm on Instagram too. I haven't got any of the other things though. But shoot me a line. I will try to incorporate it in this show. Thank you so much for your time this week. For everybody here at Black Bandit Productions and Enterprises, I'm KJ Green, the Black Bandit. Until next time, fellow sports fans.